Hey guys, my name is Brendan. I'm from Team Scoops for Food, and dear God, I'm not used to. So we're recording on Justin's new iPad.
iPad Pro. It's fantastic. I love it.
He's holding a brick in front of his face right now. That's what it looks like. Like all you see is like a tiny little camera and a brick in front of his face. Anyways, we're here to bring you a dick profile.
What deck are we profiling? What deck are we profiling today?
Like Twlightsworns.
Oh, Twlightsworns. Those are pretty fancy.
Indeed, they are.
Okay.
At the beginning, they weren't very fancy, but now
no, they kind of sucked.
They kind of sucked.
Like
yes.
a lot.
Jesus.
Like a lot.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Let's get straight. Oh no.
We're good.
Let's get straight into it.
Alright, so I'm going to start this off by showing you guys 3 lovely JDs.
They look even better on the iPad.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Oh,
I can sit from here, I don't have to zoom, and you can actually see the cards.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
From here, they look fantastic.
Oh.
Yeah, they look great. Fantastic, yeah.
Alright, so I'm running 3 JDs, and I think every single build that I have done between Twlightsworns and Lightsworns, I always ran 3, because 3 is always needed.
Do you find yourself actually using all 3 in a game ever?
All 3 in a game? Well, it depends. All 3 out on the board at the same time?
Throughout the duel?
Throughout the duel, yes.
At the same time, no.
Every once in a blue moon, you will be able to use all 3. I run 2 Punishment Dragons.
No offense, Konami, but this card could have been way better. I mean...
He thinks just because
It doesn't really affect my Cosmos, and so I just kind of always share on it. I like the artwork, though, Konami. I like its artwork better in Judgment Dragons.
I think it does lovely wonders.
I mean, it's 3,000 attack, 2,600 defense. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's the same thing as JD.
Yeah, I know.
But just a different effect. Yep, so those are...
Your 2 like boss monsters.
I run him at 2. 1 wasn't enough. 3 was brick.
Oh, God.
It bricked so hard.
It bricked real hard.
Next, I run 3 wolves. Because with this build, you mill a lot.
Yes,
and
you
so
do.
if you're milling and he's still in deck, you mill what? Let's say if you did 5 in a turn.
Yeah.
Out of those 5, you get 3. That's 3 special summons right there. And so it really helps to have 3 of these.
I mean, that's one way to get Decode Talker on the field real quick. If you end up running a Decode Talker, a Link monster in your deck.
Yep. I run 3 Raidens because 1, I think it's, to me, it's the main tuner, and plus you get a 4 mil.
Fantastic card.
You get the mill 2 off of his effect. Then if you keep him on board, for a turn at the end phase, you get to mill another 2.
I just feel like Raiden's fantastic in every engine whatsoever that involves milling. So, he's a great card for this deck.
Next is 2 Illumina. In this, since it's already tight for space as it is, because I do a 40 card build. If you looked on different deck profiles online, most people have increased that by 13. I like to get through as much cards as I possibly can with this, so 40 is enough for me to do that. Maybe wondering why 2. 1, it's tight on space, and 2, I run 2 of the shaman ones. So this helps you get it out of grave. And this one helps you get out of banished. So either way, you get the same effect. So it's like having 4.
It's like having 4 Luminas. It's 4 special summons. It's 4 free.
Yep.
And on top of that, Lumina Twilightsworns Shaman is still really expensive. It went down in price.
I think it went down by...
we were lucky because we packed one in one of our box sets, but the other one Brendan had to buy for like, what, 15, 16?
I got it for like 15 bucks.
It stayed at 15 cents.
Yeah.
It hasn't dropped anymore.
But, yeah, 2 of each is working really well. When I looked at online profiles to see what people have been building, it seems like we all come to agree that 2 of this is the way to go.
It's pretty good.
1 Felice,
Fantastic card.
1 Lila.
Also fantastic for
Mostly for the name.
situations. Yeah.
I thought I ran more of them. 1 Jane, the Twlightsworn General. His effect is good, plus it's another name. You're not really going to use him that much, so 1 is fine.
It's not a situational one. It's just a added Tekken, I feel like.
Yeah, and then I run 1 Minerva, not the
XYZ.
fuzzy one.
And a level 3 tuner gives
Mm-hmm.
you level 7s, level 6s, level 3 overlays. On top of all that, it also gives you a JD or punishment to hand. Doesn't it? Yeah.
If you normal summon it,
Yeah.
you have to add a dragon type monster with the equal number of Lightsworns with different names in your graveyard. So if you have 8 different names,
You get to add a JD
get
or punishment.
plus if you mill her from your deck to the grave, you get to mill an extra one. So let's say if you had a Lumina on the field just for 1 turn, and within those 3 cards that you milled her, you get to mill a 4th one. 1 Garroth because of the name. 1 Raiko. Raiko here. I don't think I run.
No, you
Yeah, I
don't
don't run the
one.
normal. I like his because you get to
His-
banish it,
One card, non-targeting.
non-targeting. Plus you get to mill 3.
Yeah.
Let's see. And plus, instead of having, I forget what the other Raiko is.
The other one, it gets flipped and it destroys a card. It pops something on field.
Okay.
Yeah. It's basically the other one pops something. I don't know if it targets or not.
I think
though.
that one.
I think that one does target.
I like this one better because you instead of destroying something and getting off, let's say if it's an effect that works in grave, it just goes banished.
It just goes straight banished and it doesn't get affected by the non-targeting thing.
Eclipse Wyvern. So if you mill this, you get to banish one of your level 8s, and so you'll see why when I show you the next 2 cards. But 2 Fairy Tale Snows.
This card's made us way too overpowered. Personally, as a touch on before Brennan gets into why he runs 2, I think Fairy Tale Snow is probably going to get to 1 on the next ban list. I think it's a card that a lot of people are using in Infernoids and Lightsworns and other decks that mill a lot of cards. Mostly those 2 builds. But Fairy Tale Snow is a really good card. I feel like it's overpowered and because it can bring itself back as long as you have stuff in grave. It's going to end up getting hit to either 1 or 2. So running it at 2 is pretty safe for Brennan right now.
1, I could deal with 1 if it gets.
One's still super overpowered
Yeah.
unless it gets completely banned, which is a possibility. But I don't know because of the Fairy Tale build, because there's a straight up Fairy Tale build. So I don't know if they'll get rid of Snow completely.
Because I don't know how the
Yeah.
Fairy Tale Snow build works. I don't know if it.
Yeah, I don't know if
helps
it's a million deck or if it's a deck that just special summons instantly and you just run basic cards with it or what it is. I'm sure Brian could tell you more on that, but ever since he's got these, it's allowed him to get his stuff out better. He can get over most of my Cosmo cards, which is really important. Cosmos is probably the deck that Brendan struggles with the most in terms of face. I would think so.
Yeah, I think in the previous builds.
At least in the previous builds,
but at least with this one,
With this one, you have options, which is good.
and it can at least keep up with yours now.
Yeah.
So I run 2 of these. And so
Super cheap too, very affordable card for how overpowered it is.
I got 1 for $2.
1 for $2, and then the other one Brian gave you.
Yeah.
It's a $2 card. I mean, most of this deck is still a $1 to $2 card, except like the Twlightsworns. They go up in price, but
Yeah.
the rest of it's pretty affordable.
So with this, if you have her in the grave, you can banish 7 cards, any cards. So if you have your Eclipse Wyvern
Yeah.
in grave, you banish this, so you get one of your
Dragons that you banished previously back.
So especially if you have,
It's a great 3 combo play.
So let's say if you want to go for a Punishment Dragon, right? You get your Punishment Dragon and you banish 4 Lightsworns. Or if you want to go for, let's say JD, you can banish, let's say, all the spells that you already went through, stuff like that. Or if you have like the Fairy Tale Snow, if you want to get rid of 1, you can go for a JD that that turn.
And she also allows you to put something face down, non-targeting, and she has 1850 attack, which allows you to attack over most monsters, even boss monsters.
One Ghost Ogre for a hand trap.
I was running 3. I gave the one to Brendan. He uses it every now and then. It works sometimes.
It works.
And it's another tuner. It's just a good card overall.
And plus, you get the mill. Not mill. I'm sorry. If you really don't want to get rid of a Lightsworn as one of the banished cards for Fairy Tale Snow,
you can banish Ghost Ogre.
1 BLS. Because why not?
Because it's a light dark deck. Almost every light dark deck except my Cosmos right now is running a BLS.
Mm-hmm.
If you're running a light dark deck like Brian's soon to be Chaos Dragons, Brendan's Twlightsworns, and my Cosmos, you should be running a BLS. Especially with this new balance coming up, he might be at 2 or 3. Dear God, a BLS at 2 or 3 is insane. He's a level 8. He has 3,000 to attack, 2,500 defense. He's the same as the Blue Eyes. He gets to banish, and if he doesn't banish that turn, then he gets to attack you for 3,000. And if you get multiples out, you can XYZ with him, which is fantastic. So, great card.
So let's say if he ever gets up to 2 or 3, fitting another one, especially
you probably take out the Ghost Ogre. I feel.
You could take out a Ghost Ogre.
I feel like you take out a Ghost Ogre. I feel like it's not consistent enough in your deck for you to run it like I do, because I at least have 2 in Cosmos. I think for now it's a great placeholder, but I think if BLS went up to 2, for you especially, with how your deck works, I'd run either a Chaos Sorcerer or another BLS.
I have some Chaos Sorcerer, so I might try Chaos Sorcerer, but I like BLS a little bit more.
BLS just is a little bit beefier, has better attack, better defense.
And I have another effect, so if he attacks over a monster, he gets to make another attack.
Yeah.
Alright, so on to the spells. Just to let you know, there's no traps in this deck whatsoever.
I mean, the way that Brennan plays this, it's more get your build set up to bring out JD or Punishment Dragon, be able to take damage for 2 or 3 turns, and then break your opponent's board and attack for game.
And this does
really well, considering that it doesn't run any traps and that most of the time you're left with 0 to no protection.
Yeah.
So.
And you really don't have to worry about Twin Twisters or anything like that.
Yeah.
And since basically all the spells in here work right then and there, you don't have to worry about, let's say...
MSTs, Twin Twisters, Galaxy Cyclones, any of that. Most of them, he plays right off the bat to add cards and mill cards and get his Grave and his Banish Pile built up for his boss dragons, so...
Yep. We're starting off with 2 Marcher of the Dark Brigade. With this one, you get to target a Lightsworn from your graveyard and add it to hand. And then you banish cards up to the level of that Lightsworn. 1 wasn't enough.
3 brick really hard.
3 bricks really hard. Even once in a while, this can brick even at 2.
I feel like it's a situational card. It's not necessary, but it's situational. The other ones are always effective.
Mm-hmm.
This one, not so much.
Not so much, but...
Especially if you get it early game, then you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, unless you're able to actually get it off. But, yeah, so 2 is fine. 2 charge of the Light Brigade.
At this point, it's stable. If you're not running this card in any Lightsworn engine, any Lightsworn deck, what are you doing with your life? It's already limited, semi-limited to 2. It's an instant Lumina, instant Raiden. It's a fantastic card, and on top of that, you get to mill 3 and then search. So
if I could run 3, this would be at 3, along with my solar recharges.
And he gets 2 or 3 of these off in one turn. He's super lucky with his mills sometimes. And sometimes he'll play solar recharge. I'll look. I'll be like, okay, you're done. And then he plays another one. And then he plays another one. And he plays a charge. And he's halfway through his deck by the end of the first turn.
Yeah.
So
this deck can go through the...
If this thing had Llama in it, if it was a bigger build, I'm pretty sure Brendan would still be successful with it. We've always played 40 card builds. Mm-hmm. So we try to bring you guys only 40 card builds, if not a little bit more than 40. We try not to go anywhere near 60. Maybe at the most 50 for a deck, depending upon what the deck is.
I did see one guy run a 53 card build, and he was going against one guy, and this guy's already went from, I want to say it was 45 to 25. I want to say So this guy went through 20 cards in one turn.
Yeah.
And the guy that was trying out this build had this card that looks greener. So
Yeah.
that card,
screener card, yeah.
Yeah. So you mill your deck to the equal number of cards your opponent has in his deck.
Yeah.
So if this guy was at 53 and this guy's at 25, that's a lot of cards you're already milling just off of one card.
Yeah, off one card. Fantastic for situational reasons.
But in this build,
it'd probably brick real hard.
it'll break less. I really don't see a need for it.
No. You have enough cards that mill and work together.
Yeah.
You don't need it.
One rotor.
Instant Raiden. You should have. If I feel like the only other reason that he wouldn't be running this card is if he had 3 charge.
Mm-hmm.
Because 3 charge is equal 3 Raidens or 3 Luminas, and it lets you mill. The only difference is this one gives you an instant Raiden.
Yep.
So.
2 monster reincarnations just in case if you haven't milled these already into the grave, and you already have your boss monsters in grave, you can get them back. Allure of Darkness to help get some of your Lightsworns banished. There's a pretty decent amount of...
Yeah, because you can get any of your Twlightsworns banished because they're all dark.
Which is very helpful. Plus, you get a draw 2.
Yep.
Foolish Burial to help get some of your cards off, like the Wolves, so you can special summon that, or the Fleece.
Yep.
Since most of those, you have to special summon it from, I think it's from the grave, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Dark Hole, just to pull up field as it is.
I feel like that's a placeholder for Regeki. It's just Regeki's $20. So.
Yeah. So what? Besides with JDs, you get to keep destroying field as many.
The thing about Dark Hole is it blows up all your board too, so it kind of sucks. Regeki is a little bit better because you don't have to get rid of any of your JDs or Punishment Dragons to use it.
Yep.
Not that you usually would play Dark Hole when you have JD on board.
No, because JD is my Dark Hole at that point.
Insult Charge.
Insult Charge. Because why not?
Sometimes you don't get this card off. I feel like it depends on how many times you use your monster effects. Especially your JD and your punishment, because you're paying 1,000 per each.
Yeah.
It's kind of like this deck doesn't cost you life points as bad as Cosmos does, but it still costs you life points, so it's pretty good. Let's get into the extra deck.
So I'm still kind of messing around with this extra deck.
Yeah.
But so first off, there's a Decode Talker. I don't know if I want to try it out just to see how well it does in this build.
I feel like it could do good, especially when Brendan gets off a hand that, like, Lumina into a Felice or into a few Wolves, and then he sets up his board with a Deco Talker and a Michael and a Minerva, because then he has mills, he has things that he has to banish, and if someone tries to destroy his Deco Talker, he can get rid of his Minerva or his Michael. And it's a fantastic card because it's also a dark, so if it does get destroyed, it can be a target for BLS.
Ignore the $4 thing. That's just a random sleeve that we had.
I mean, Deco Talker is a $4 link monster. He's the best link monster that there is, in my opinion, out right now. The other one is the Link Spiders that are pretty big right now.
I really don't like the Link Spiders because with those...
They're 2 normal monsters. They're really good for decks that are like for example, Sapphire's Chalice cards.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Are the ones that came out with the new build. If you guys haven't checked out our box set openings, feel free to check those out. You can pick up Deco Talker and a Link Spider actually for $10 in a structure deck along with some common spells and traps. Alone, the Link Spider and the Deco Talker are worth about 7 of that $10. Which is pretty good, but at the same time, Deco Talker you can get for $3 to $4, whether it's on Amazon or at a card store. And there are new Megatons that are coming out tomorrow. So, and by tomorrow I mean Friday. We're recording this Thursday night. So, we'll probably invest in 1 or 2 of those throughout the time Megatons are out.
The Kaiba ones.
I'll definitely be getting a Yugi one. He'll definitely be getting a Kaiba one. If I don't get one this weekend and upload it, we'll definitely pick up ones next week together and compare them. The Yugi and Kaiba ones, show you guys the promos and everything to do with them. For $20, it's pretty worth it, I think. A lot of cool reprints.
Mm-hmm.
Not really worth a lot of money, but still a lot of cool cards that you can't get for as cheap as you can in the Mega 10s. So, yeah, if he does end up using this Deco Talker, I'll run it in my build that I'm going to get ready to profile for you guys in a bit. But we're going to get right into the rest of his extra deck currently that he's running.
One Dante to help mill, basically.
Doesn't work as good as it does in Burning Abyss, but it still gets its mill effect, which is the most important. And it's a light target for BLS, which is important in case you go through with it. You can banish one of your XYZs instead.
A Leviathan for damage, basically. Plus, it's if you have
He can get
random
3,000, which is fantastic.
But it can't attack your opponent directly, though. That's the only down part, but it makes
True,
sense.
yeah.
Plus, if you have level 3s laying around on your field, this helps get them off.
Yes, true.
Castile to shuffle.
Problem cards back into the deck, or to flip things face down, like Fairy Tale Snow.
Yep.
I just have key targets.
Yeah. I run 2 of the fancy winners. I like this one because either way, I get the detached one to mill.
The one looks brighter than the other on camera.
It's because this has like that anti-glare.
There's one anti-glare sleeve and one glare sleeve.
Yeah.
The glare sleeve looks better.
It does.
It looks so much better. We got these pretty cheap. The first one I picked up for Brennan for 18. Not my best purchase ever, but at the time, it was when it first came out. I didn't think we were going to find another one. Then they went down to like 12 or 10. He got the second one for what, 10?
10, yep.
So overall, totally worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Great cards for Lightsworn decks. Allow you to mill. They do a few fans for you, and before they were thousands of dollars because they were a World Championship prize card.
Yep.
So you have those.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, with this one, you detach one that's in the top 3 from your deck to your grave, then draw to the equal number of Lightsworns.
Yeah.
Cards sent to the grave by this effect.
So basically, you get a mill 3 and then possibly draw 3.
And then, if this card is destroyed by battle or a card effect in your possession, you can send the top 3 from your deck to the graveyard. Then you can destroy the destroy cards on the field up to the number of Lightsworns by this effect.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to read it.
Fantastic. It's a pretty good card. For the amount that you're paying for it and Lightsworns, I think you should at least run 1.
Yeah, I'm running 2.
I don't know if he'd ever work it up to 3, but maybe. It depends on the build. If he ever goes up to 60 cards, I'll probably pick up a 3rd.
Yeah.
But I don't think he'll ever go up to 60.
1 silent on arc.
Just staple at this
Why
point.
not?
It's just staple.
Let's see. Now, 3 cards. Some people feel different about this, but I like doing this because it is funny sometimes.
You've stayed to your guns on this one. I don't think you've ever taken these out.
I took out 1 of them.
You did?
So I went from 2 to 1 on this one card. I run a Tachyon.
Yeah, you run Tachyon.
Not because of its effect. And then a Prime Photon. Not because of its effect. But to bring out a Dark Matter Dragon.
Which is scary. I mean, think about it, guys. You're playing against your opponent, and you're like, okay, I have a 3,000 monster somewhere in my deck. Or I have this in my deck. And it's like, oh god, he just brought out a 4,000 attack monster out of nowhere. How do I get over that? Unless you have a kaiju, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah. For a while, for some reason, Brian didn't decide to tell me that I was playing it all wrong until like the day.
The day of tournament.
The day of tournament.
Brennan used to run this card at 2, and Brennan would sacrifice 2 JDs. This is before Twlightsworns came out. He overlay 2 JDs for Tachyon, overlay for Galaxy Eyes Dark Matter, and then he'd try to go and detach for 8,000 direct. Because he used to think you could attack directly, but you can only attack if you attack your opponent's monsters twice.
Yeah, I didn't see the monster.
You can't attack your opponent for more than 4,000 direct.
But that's still a lot.
It's still half, yeah.
Then we're going to the Synchros, Black Rose.
Blows up field. It's another target.
Two Michaels.
Fantastic card. Banishes one, gives you life points once it's destroyed.
And you get to mill 3.
And you get to mill 3 each turn.
1 wasn't enough.
2, 3 was too many.
3 was a little bit too many. 2 is perfect. I run a Red Hot Dragon Archfiend.
Destroys attack, face-up attack position monsters on field.
But I think it's the only card that can attack.
It's the only card that can attack the turn that uses effect. But usually when you do that, you blow up everyone's monsters. So usually you use him when your board is clear and you only have him and your opponent, doesn't have anything. So you blow up field and then attack for 3,000. It's like Black Rose, but better.
Yep. Stardust.
Just staple.
And then I went and tried something different with this final card. A Colossal Fire.
There's warrior targets in your deck.
There's warriors.
There's a few of them.
Yeah.
You have your Raidens and some other ones. Most of them are spellcasters, but you have some that Jane's a warrior.
BLS.
Yeah, BLS.
Garoth. Let's see, Jane. Well, Felice would have been another one, but that's a Beast Warrior.
And your 3 Raidens.
Raidens. Yeah. But, hey, something is better than nothing.
It gives you to about 3,500 attack if they're all gone in grave.
Yeah.
It just makes... And if you're playing, it's like, for example, all warrior-based deck. Oh, God.
Let's not talk about that.
So anyway, guys, that was Brendan's fantastic Twlightsworns. Congrats, Brendan. They are finally working.
Thank you.
More so thanks to Brian than you.
Hey, but I'm the one that dug deep in my pockets to do this.
Next time we don't buy the box set. Next time we wait for the Mega 10s and we buy single cards.
We come to realize that just buying the cards
is cheaper than the box set.
It's cheaper than box sets.
I mean, because we thought we were going to get a bunch of like secret rares and super rares and that, and we ended up walking out with 10 of the same card.
Yeah. Even it's like you still have like the same number of chances of going, to the card shops and finding the certain amount of cards that you need. But you're paying $70
about 70 at the minimum, if not more, for a box set.
That way you can only get one card.
Maybe you at the minimum you will at least off of one box set probably make about $20 back, maybe.
And that's $20 that you could have went out.
That's $20 of if you get the first one in the card shop, you open it up in the card shop and you turn in all the good cards first. Like you have to be there the first day in that card shop to turn stuff in for full price. Otherwise, it drops like instantly.
Yeah.
Like we had all these cards worth $1 or $2, and they wouldn't take any of it. So.
Well, it depends on the card shops that you go to.
Yeah.
We're coming to realize that trading in cards isn't as worth.
It depends on the cards. It
depends on the cards, but most of the time they're either going to give you like a little bit more than half, or they're going to try to.
Yeah.
What?
None.
Oh, I just saw the screens flickering behind.
I didn't change the view on this. It's really cool. So,
what?
Like, you can be full screen, and then you can have like the black outline.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now you're just gonna mess with the viewers, because what happens if the recording does that? You didn't think about that, did you?
No.
Justin,
anyway, guys, this video is about to be 30 minutes long of me and Brendan going back and forth bantering about Twlightsworns, and we got to record one more or two more videos because this boy is going to Columbus.
I might make a little video. I might be chilling in the hot tub. I'll make a video.
You should make an update video. You can make an update video, and you could also go and check out the Yu-Gi-Oh booth with Lexus. That'd be a cool video.
I could probably do some editing as well while I'm there.
You should. You should look into it.
You should let me borrow your laptop.
I have to do homework for college.
There's one out in the kitchen. I'm just kidding.
Anyway, guys, we hope that you guys enjoyed this Twlightsworn build. It's been about 30 minutes
of
of pure entertainment for you guys.
As always.
We hope you guys stuck through it. Once again, I'm going to give a shout out to Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck Talks. Thank you so much for the podcast shout out. We really appreciate it. We'll try to get with Brian and Sapphire to record a little bit at some point. We still have to do the Bean Boozled challenge. We still have a few things to record and figure out. They keep delaying the inevitable.
It will happen.
Anyway, guys, until next time, this has been Team Scoops for Food, and we are scooping out. Until next time, guys, peace.